All right, so you are about to have your virtual grand opening, your launch event. We're going to cover who to invite, how to confirm, presenting response, and follow up. We've got it all laid out. There is a copy in the startup folder in that startup Google Doc that I share with everyone, which lives in boards and it also lives in the startup file section of the Google Drive. Inside of that startup Google Sheet, there is an actual tab for your launch. And in that tab is a run through of this that we're going to go through right now. So there's like little memory joggers in there of what the script is, what the follow up is, how we do that. But let's go through what that looks like right now. So, who to invite? This is your grand opening. So just like if you were opening a restaurant or you were becoming a real estate agent or you were doing any type of traditional business, you're literally going to invite everyone that you know or somewhat know. This is your friends, your family, people you respect, people you would use as a reference for a job or a character reference, people who are humans. So this might be groups that you're in. Who does your hair? Who does your lashes? Who does your nails? What clubs are you in? What clubs is your spouse in? Your children's friends or clubs, parents. You're literally going to let everyone know. Not that all of those people are going to come or that they're all going to do business with you, but if you were opening a restaurant, you would probably try and let as many people on social media, on calls, on texts, on flyers, you would try and get the word out as much as possible. And that is exactly what we're doing when we launch your business in finance. It really helps, I think, to remove those people that are on your chicken list. You can reach out to them. You're not asking for a favor, you're just blasting out, hey, I am doing this grand opening. Now, within that, there's certain people that we're going to make it more personal and we really want to, your friends, your family, like, hey, I would really love you to be there. It's going to mean a lot to me. Those kinds of things. Of course, we're going to let them know that. But this is a great reason for you to be able to literally reach out to everyone because we never know who needs what we do. The people that you think are going to buy are not going to buy. The people that you think are going to want to do the business are not going to want to do the business, and vice versa. When I started in the business, I already had a business. I was on city council. I had a multi-million dollar automotive business at the time, and the person that thought I was going to never ever ever come into business with them, I am here. And so it changed my life. Once I finally saw the presentation, it changed my life. And I'm so thankful that they invited me. But I initially went to that event just to be supportive, just to, go and be a nice friend, honestly. But once I saw the presentation, I was like, I want to do this business. So this is a way for you to invite everyone that you even at all know that is a human. Okay. So how to invite. Typically, when I'm doing this is what I'm going to say. In the Rios handbook on page 27 to 32, there is a copy of more scripts, and the handbook lives also in the Google Drive under the licensed resources. So there's a mini one in the 123 startup in the startup section of Google Drive, and then there's the full entire Rios handbook in the licensed section of the Google Drive and in boards. You would specifically go to page 27 to 32 to see more of the scripts. And these are the scripts that we should be practicing. You should be, once we get this done and once you're practicing for this, record yourself doing it. Listen to it while you're doing the dishes. Say it to your spouse. Say it to your kids. If you've got a baby, they're going to learn the script with you. And so you just keep doing this over and over and over. You actually, in general, in the business, want to practice until you can't get it wrong versus practicing to get it right. Okay. So you're going to say, hey, how are you? Is now a bad time? They're going to say no, generally. I'm not going to say, is this a good time? Because it is never a good time. But is it a bad time? Is totally different. So if something's on fire in their house, they'll be like, oh my God, the dog just ran away and I can't right now. Call me back. But if not, even if it's slightly inconvenient for them to chat with you right then, they're going to be like, no, it's okay. What do you need? Then you're just going to say, awesome. I'm wondering, do you have anything happening that you cannot get out of on XXX date that is your launch? Okay. They're going to say, no, why? Or they're going to tell you, yes, I have Bible study that night. Okay, no worries. And then you know not to invite them. You can invite them to something else, or you can ask for a one-on-one. But it wouldn't make sense to invite them to the event because they just told you there's no way that they can possibly come. So the next part is, cool. The reason I'm calling is because I'm actually looking at making a career change in the financial services. I've recently gotten licensed. I am hosting a virtual grand opening, and I wanted to get some feedback from people that I know and respect. And you are one of those people. My hope is just really to get the word out. And if you like what you see, that you would be willing to possibly send some good people my way who might need our services. Are you able to come? And then they're going to say whatever they say. Sure. And you're like, this line is important. Awesome. I knew I could count on you. I'll send you the Zoom information closer. So these are for people that you know. Okay. The reason that the words are there are for a reason. So if you are not making a career change, like if you already are like fully in or whatever, you can omit that line. It's okay. You can say the reason I'm calling is because I've recently gotten licensed in financial services and I'm having my grand opening. That's okay to change. The parts that you don't want to change is kind of this ending part and the gist of it. So the gist is I'm having my grand opening. I would love you to come. I would love to get your feedback. And my hope is to get the word out, and you might maybe refer me some people in the future. And then the ending line is important. Awesome. I knew I could count on you, because we actually do want to make them feel a little bit guilty of if they ghost you. It's true, right? We're counting on them. They're they're saying they're coming. So I knew I can count on you. You're not the type of person that would, say yes to something and then not come, right? So that line is actually kind of important. And then we're just going to send them the Zoom information closer too. We're not going to worry about like all of that right now because we have a process for that. Right now, we just want that yes. We're going to put them on the list, on the Google list where we have their name. We're going to put their phone number on the list so that we can quickly follow up with them when we need to versus trying to find the number. And we're just going to move on to the next person. You can send this in a text message as well. Once we get to that part where you're like just sending out text messages, you're just going to say, hey, I'm wondering if you have anything you can't get out of on Tuesday. No. Okay. If you're moving into your warm cold market or your warmish cold market, if you really don't kind of know them, and it would be weird for you to message them and ask if it would be possible if they don't have anything they can get out of on Tuesday. If they're like the guy from across the street that you just see when you do the garbage, you're just going to send a message more with the body and say, hey, I'm not sure if you know this. I'm actually having a grand opening for my financial business on Tuesday. I would love you to come. I don't know if it would be anything that would help you, but I've learned a lot about money from it. I'm just trying to get the word out. I would love you to be there and be my guest. Something like that. Okay. And we will cover this when you're doing your launch with me. We're going to do this together. So don't think you have to remember all this, but this is the gist of what we're going to say to people. Okay. Alternate, like I said, was, hey, the reason I'm calling is I've actually started with financial services. I'm super excited. I'm having a grand opening. I was hoping you'd be able to come and give me your honest feedback. My hope is if you like it, you may be willing to give me some referrals or point me in the direction of people, blah, 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 blah. Same thing, just shorter. This is more like what I would send in a text message, for example. So now you're going to get objections. People are going to say, I'm busy. Like I said, you just ask them, hey, is there anything that you can't get out of on Tuesday? If they say, oh, I'm busy, I have something that night. You're like, hey, no worries. I would actually really love to get your opinion on what I'm doing. I was calling because I'm doing a grand opening, but I've recently gotten licensed in the financial industry. I would love to show you what I do. And still get your opinion. Do you think possibly Tuesday or Saturday would work for you? They might ask, what is it? You're going to say, it's in the financial services, but what we really do is save people money, save taxes, that kind of thing. And then I usually compliment them. I actually really value your opinion because I've always seen you as someone that makes really good decisions, or I really value your opinion because you're someone that a lot of people know and respect. I really value your opinion because I know that you have a leadership role in your job, and so I just figured that you would be a really good judge of what I'm doing, and I would love your feedback on that. I have an advisor. Well, that's great because this is my grand opening. I'm not actually asking you to buy anything. You're like, I love that you have an advisor. I actually think that that makes it so much more exciting for you to come because you actually have some experience in this field. You would be able to give me way better feedback than anyone else that has never worked with an advisor or an agent before. So even if they say I have an advisor, I'm like, I love that. I'm so happy that you do. That's why your opinion would actually be that much more valuable than people that have never had an advisor before. Are you at all open to come and see my grand opening and then give me some honest feedback afterwards? The people with advisors, they believe in this stuff, so they're actually great. Okay. Hail Mary is kind of like if they're just really pushing back on you and it's someone that you really would like to be there, you can do this Hail Mary. When you're doing it, so when you're first calling, you're probably like excited tone, you're talking in a faster pace when you're telling them, hey, I'm having my grand opening. That's more of an excited tone of a faster pace. So your Hail Mary, when you've gone through some of those objections, they're like, oh, I have an advisor and da da da. And they're still like, oh, I don't know. I don't know that I can come. Or, oh, yeah, I'll see what I can do. That's a no. Okay. I'll see what I can do. You're just going to lower your tone. You're going to level with them. You're kind of going to exhale your body. Okay. Almost like you're telling them a secret. Look, Shannon, I don't know if this is what you're thinking, but my goal is not to sell you anything or get you to join anything in that meeting. I just know that you are someone that seems like they always make really good decisions. And I would really appreciate your feedback. Are you opposed to that at all? If they still say yes, then you're like, cool, no worries. Would I possibly be able to invite you to an event or something like that in the future that maybe you might find value in? I always want to kind of like leave it some sort of open door to talk to them again. And then if they say yes, awesome, I knew I could count on you. It really means a lot to me, and I'll send you the Zoom information closer. So that like I might even like purposefully almost I'm slowing down my words and being intentional about the ones that I inflect on more. My goal is not to sell you something or to get you to join anything. I just know, I just know that you are someone that is really real well respected in the community, and I think that you have a good ability to see if things are good or not, and I would really appreciate your feedback. So I'm really just like slowing down my tone. I'm being intentional about it. Obviously, this is practice. And so this is where I'm practicing this over the next little bit with your head, with a voice memo on your phone with me. I have different times during the week where you can practice these things. But the more that you learn how to do this, the more you will become a ninja, not only at booking appointments, but at closing sales, because all of these things are the same things that you do in an appointment when someone is not really communicating, when they're saying things like, I don't think I need that. It's all about being curious, and it's all about kind of peeling the onion layer back and using our tone and our pacing to give the person a chance to hear what we're actually saying. And it will really affect your results versus being like, hey, look, I don't know if this is what you were thinking, but my goal is not to sell you anything or get you to join anything. I just know that, you are someone that really is respected in the community, and I would love your feedback. See how different that was? So when you slow it down, it's almost like they feel like you're leveling with them and just being honest, like, hey, cards on the table. You're also giving them a moment to hear what you're saying, because most no's are actually just a defensive mechanism that we have all built up over time because we're being sold stuff all day long, all the time. And so we're constantly conditioned to just say no to everything, regardless of if it actually would be something that would benefit or possibly help us. So a lot of times the no is just a reaction. It's like this knee-jerk reaction. They're not even thinking or hearing it really. They're just like trying to just push you off. It's not about you. It's just about our society. And so when we slow it down, I'm just a human, just your buddy. It gives them a chance to hear what you're really saying. Okay. So when we get into the confirming, so 1 to 2 days before, we're going to send them a text message saying, hey, I'm really looking forward to attending my grand opening at XXX. The Zoom info is XXX. I end with a question. Do you know how to log into Zoom? I end with a question because I want a response. Their response is them confirming their attendance. Without me actually even having to say, hey, are you still able to come to my grand opening on Tuesday? If I send a message like that, I'm going to get a no. If I send a message like this, I'm going to get more replies back. Yes, I know how to use Zoom, or no, I don't. Most people know how to use Zoom. However, that's not the point of why I'm asking them that. It's because I want a response back. So them texting back, yes, I know how to use Zoom. That's them confirming I'm going to be there. The morning of the event, I'm going to send them a little message. Hey, see you tonight at XXX on the Zoom. Do you still have it? Do you still have the Zoom number? So I'm not resending them the Zoom number. I'm asking if they still have it. Because again, I'm ending with a question that I need a response to. Yep, I still got it. Or, oh my goodness, I can't find it. Where is it? What was it again? So I want to end with a question because that is the same as them saying, yes, I'm going to be there. 1 hour before, I'm going to remind them again, hey, we're so excited, we're getting going. Please log in 10 minutes early to make sure you're connected, you can hear okay, and if you have any issues, please let me know ASAP so I can help. I really look forward to your feedback. If you do this, you will increase your show rate a lot. If they have not responded to any of these messages, this is when you try and call them. Hey, I'm not sure if you saw my message or not. I know you're probably really busy. I just wanted to make sure that you have the Zoom number. I just wanted to make sure that you know how to log into Zoom. Okay, that will help increase your show rate as well. Of course, there's going to be people that don't answer. There's people that don't answer the phone. There's people that aren't going to answer the text message. There's going to be people that don't come. There's going to be people that say they're going to come and don't come. There's going to be people that say that didn't respond to any of this and they're still going to show up. But we can increase our results by going through these steps. When we're in the actual launch, you, the trainee, are going to open the event. A little bit about yourself and edify the trainer. You do not have to do a big, long thing. This is not like you presenting, so don't get nervous, but they're here for your grand opening, so you do need to say something. So, hey, can you all hear me okay? Awesome. Hey, I'm really looking forward to your feedback tonight. I've recently gotten licensed in the insurance industry. I entered because I want to be able to earn extra income. Inflation was kind of making me feel like we were getting by and we couldn't really live anymore. And this came across my plate. And at first I thought, I don't know anything about money. I just know I don't have enough, but I knew I wanted to learn. And I have learned a ton in the training so far, and it's made a big difference on our family. So I'm excited to share this with you. I'm excited to hear for you to hear from my colleague, Colleen. She is a presenter tonight. She's one of the top trainers in our firm. I just want to thank you, Colleen, for doing this for me and helping me launch my business. Okay. You can change it to you, but this is an example. So you are thanking me, not the people for coming. I will thank them. And you're just saying some of the things that they're maybe thinking when we get to it. Meaning, hey, when I first saw this, the only thing I thought about is I don't know anything about money and I don't have enough or whatever, right? Something personal like that, but it's actually more about them than it is about you. Your story is their story. And so it's just like, I'm excited. I realized we didn't know anything about money, so I wanted to learn. And so I wanted to share this with people. So that's kind of the gist of it. And then I will take it from there. And don't worry, if you mess it totally up, I will fix it. I will, I got you. This is just really mostly about them seeing you in the presentation at some point because it's your grand opening, not mine. So that gives me the credibility to continue and to be able to connect with them on a deeper level. And then we'll get into the presentation. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to let them know that there's a link being sent to them to complete. So that's when you text everyone on your list. You start like 10 minutes before the thing ends so that you can get through the list, and you just start text messaging them. Sometimes actually in Zoom right now, I'll actually even get them to put 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. I've done it where if we've got people like really engaging in the chat and like interested and like saying this is awesome and I'd be like, just stay right after this. If you need to leave, go ahead. We're not going to be offended. Please do fill out the survey we're sending you a text message to. But if you've got questions right now, if you're ready to book an appointment, whatever, just stay and we'll get that done before you leave. Okay. And then I'll just go right into it and I'll have like 1 or 2 people that I just immediately book with. Okay. And so the link we'll be sending them is just a Google form. And then we'll follow up right away. So anyone that's like saying right away that they want to book, if they're filling it out, we're seeing the things come in, we're gonna book them, follow up with them that night because we know they're awake, we know that they're doing it. Let's just book them right now. We want to meet with them if anyone's interested in the business, usually within 48 hours. And the reviews we're gonna book next. And anyone that doesn't reply, we're still gonna reply back to them the next day of like, hey, I'm not sure if the link worked for you, da 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 da. So we have a process to that to go back to everyone and try and get as many responses as possible. And if they really have filled it out and they're close to you, you're just gonna give them a call and say, hey, I'm not sure. Did the link not work for you? And then they're like, oh, I didn't have time yet. Okay, no worries. Just wondering, like, what did you like best about the presentation? Were you a 1, 2, or 3? So I will help you with that as well. So there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of different things that we're covering. I am going to lead this ship, but this is the mentality behind what we're doing, and it really, really works. If you've got people in those meetings, you're compressing time frames in such a big way that it really does work. And it's very helpful for you, especially starting part-time, to be able to start your business without having to do 72 one-on-one meetings. But you don't have to be perfect to do this. So as we went through all this, do not freak out. I just want you to know the psychology behind what we're doing. I just want you to know like the foundation of why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I'm going to help you with all that. Okay.
Sounds good.